Hey guys, what's up? It's Angelina and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be testing out some new beauty products, and some of these things I got sent in PR and some of these are new releases and some things I picked up myself. So let's get into it. Happy belated Halloween. As I'm filming, Halloween was actually yesterday. I didn't do anything, but I did put on some really fun nails. So I'm actually working with Glamnetic over on Instagram and TikTok, but they were kind enough to send over some press-ons. I feel like with Glamnetic, the glue is amazing, so the nails end up lasting a long time, and they do some really fun things that I feel like I could never even get done in the nail salon, you know? But yeah, I love these so much. They're so on brand for Halloween, and as you can see, they're kind of like this gray, but then they're like this cat eye kind of finish. But yeah, I mean, I literally am obsessed. And I'm so happy. These are actually like the perfect size, I think. Like, I really like short press-ons because they're just more like practical and I can do my makeup and stuff. And also for the eyes, I've still been playing around with my Eyeshine Cosmetics natural set. I got this from a TikTok ad and I have actually really been liking it. I mean, I think I've gotten better at it. Like, this eye literally took me 2 minutes this morning. This side is always a little bit more tricky, but this side was so quick, and today I did basically all 14s and then 112 on the inner corner just to kind of give it more of like a lash extension look. So we do have primer today. So Bare Minerals actually sent over a few things. So excited to try because I love Bare Minerals. But they actually sent over this Prime Time Hydrate and Glow Primer, and I've actually never tried a primer from them. I'm excited because Bare Minerals has some of my favorite complexion products. Okay, so it comes in this really nice baby blue packaging. Okay, it doesn't smell like anything. I feel like that might be a lot, so I'm just gonna spread that out. My skin is on the drier side, and the weather today is not helping that because it is actually kind of cold outside today, which is, it's the first day of November, so definitely more tacky. Feels like it kind of sunk into the skin very quickly, almost kind of like disappeared into the skin. But it does have like a really nice tacky feeling to it, so this will probably be good to use under makeup. In terms of like hydrating, it definitely looks hydrating, but it doesn't really feel hydrating, if that makes sense. Like, I can see the dewiness, especially in the camera, but I don't know, it's a lot more of like a natural illuminating primer. Clinically tested, prep, hydrate, and improve the look of bare skin. Ultra light milky lotion primer extends makeup wear, boosts hydration, and adds a natural glow with clean mineral pearls. Okay, so yeah, I mean, when they describe it as being ultra light, like milky lotion, that's definitely true. As time goes on, and I'll update you guys on my thoughts. For base, I actually got sent over some things from Merit, which you guys know I love Merit. They actually sent me a brush, number 1 brush. I think it's the only brush that they have. Very soft, kind of like a kabuki style. A little bit softer than that. And then I actually got another shade in the Minimalist Complexion stick. I got the shade Sand. And I'm actually happy to try this because this, I think, is the newer packaging. All of my previous Merit sticks are the older packaging. This is the new one. This is the old one. I mean, you can see a difference in some parts of the packaging, but let's see. It kind of looks the same, but apparently this one is new and improved. Because if you guys don't know, a lot of people's issues with the Merit packaging, including myself, is that it falls out of the component, which is really annoying. But again, now we have a lighter shade called Sand. I have Khaki and I have Sepia, so I think this is going to be what we're going to be using for the base, just because I want to give this new shade a go. I'm going to be using Sand under the eyes today because it's supposed to be lighter than all the other ones I own. So we'll kind of do something like that. As you can see, it gets pretty messy. I do have a full like wear test and stuff with this. Then Khaki is my normal shade. I guess I'll just put that everywhere. Okay, and then I have another shade, but the other shade is more what I use to contour, so we'll go in with that after. And as you guys can see, this blends out super easily. I'm gonna blend the darker areas first. Stick blends out super easily. Then I'm gonna go in with this and do the under eyes. Okay, so I like the shade Sand for under the eyes. I'm gonna build up the face with Khaki, just because I think I need a little bit more coverage for what I'm going for today. So the Merit Complexion sticks are meant to be like multi-use. So they're not necessarily a foundation, they're not necessarily a concealer. You can basically do whatever you want with these, and that's kind of how it's marketed as well. It has a very nice natural look to it. So if you're someone who isn't good at makeup, or you just don't like to look like you're wearing a lot of makeup, then I think this will be good. I'm gonna go in with Sepia, which is the darker shade, and I'm gonna use this. But I do really like the Merit formula. It's definitely something that I prefer to wear kind of like more so in real life versus on camera, just because I think it looks so natural and it's like very easy to use, as you guys can see. But I do have an entire wear test and review on the product in case you're just, you know, wanting to see like a wear test. But as you can see, like, it blends out easily. I think this would especially look good on mature skin, because I find that like stick formulas tend to look good on people who have more texture and like more things to cover up, and you can kind of like build. Okay, so as you guys can see, you kind of get more of like a natural finish. I would say it's pretty like buildable, but you're not gonna get like full coverage. But I mean, that is a pretty good looking base. Obviously I used 3 different Merit sticks. You don't have to go out and get 3 different Merit sticks. I just kind of collect these over time, and I collect different shades of them, because often when I use the Merit stick, I kind of just do like a full face of Merit, you know, with the sticks, because you can do a lot with them, and I feel like it's nice because I can show you like the different ways that you can use it. There's definitely a hair on my face. But up close, the face looks very natural looking, and obviously we didn't set it. This is actually kind of something where I feel like you actually don't have to set it if you don't want to, and that's kind of why I feel like it's really good if you do have more mature skin. And I'm actually going to set with the Laura Mercier powder, because I figured it was time to switch out my makeup bag, and I felt bad because I kept showing you guys the same powders over and over and over again. And even though I love those powders, and I do love those powders probably more than this one, I do want to switch it up for you, and I tend to rotate, but you know, I do get sucked in because I do end up having like favorites. And I do tap it out, the excess on my hand. Once the face is set down with the Merit sticks, it looks even better, just because I feel like it can look almost a little, like, it's not the most smoothing product I own in my collection, but it is the most, probably one of the most natural looking ones. So I can show you my skin texture up close. I mean, you still have a little bit of hyperpigmentation, but again, it's like very natural, almost like undetectable looking, which I think is why people like this one. Base is essentially done. For bronzer, I'm gonna dig back into my Body Shop Coconut Bronze. I mean, I like this because I like the tone. I just know not everyone is going to love this because it is very warm, but I love this so much, and it's from the Body Shop, which is like very random, but I mean, I like it and I use it. I think if you're my skin tone or a little bit tanner, I think you'll really like this. You can also use this as a blush because it's this really nice terracotta color. I have the shade Matte Cocoa Dark 5. So Bare Minerals sent over some exciting things. I've been wanting to try these for so long. So we have the Gen Nude highlighting blush, and then we have the Gen Nude powder blush. So the powder blush is in Peachy Keen, and the highlighting blush is in Mauve Glow. This one specifically I've heard a lot about. This is like a highlighting blush, so kind of like a highlighter and blush into one. This one is kind of more like icy pink, which looks very pretty. And then Peachy Keen, very cute. I think I'm going to try the highlighting one today because this is something super unique. I don't have anything like this in my collection. I mean, it's stunning. I'm just going to coat my brush. Okay, so you definitely have that highlighter. You can see that nice sheen. And you're getting a little bit of color payoff. So it's definitely buildable. Oh, I think this is very pretty actually, because it's actually not super texture enhancing, which I was a little scared of. Anything that kind of, you know, has that sheen and that highlighterness to it can be a little scary, because even though my cheeks have gotten a lot better, it just is my problem area, you know. I don't always want to go in there and overly emphasize my cheeks. But as you guys can see, it's not enhancing texture. Like, it's really pretty. You're definitely getting the radiance. It's kind of like a highlighter and blush in one. And definitely more of like a subtle blush. But it's really pretty. And actually, I do like this tone. I like blush. Kind of want to build it up in the center. I low-key think this would be really good if you went in and sprayed your face with some setting spray after. I think that that would make this look even more vibrant. I mean, this could also be paired with some other things on top. I think I'm going to go in with my Kaja Bento stack. This is the Play Bento Dolce Cappuccino stack. But I do want to go in with this blush because this is like a matte blush. I'm going to wipe this off. But I do want to build up the cheeks a little bit more. But I don't want to build up that highlighterness, so I'm going to build up with just a matte blush. And I love this blush as well. I think actually these two pair nicely together. I'm going to go in with my House Labs highlighter. I've been loving this a lot because it definitely packs a punch, but because it's a gel finish, it's not powdery, it doesn't get everywhere. Okay, so I did that just to kind of, you know, bring some life into the center of my face. Okay, I haven't used this in a long time. This is my Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. I don't know why I haven't used this. I just haven't been using setting spray a ton, but I think now that we're entering the drier months, I will be. So. This mist is also super fine, so I like that because you're not gonna like drench your face, because sometimes I'm not looking for all that. This smells super good. This is a really good glow mist, and I wish, you know, maybe this is something that I need to put back in my makeup bag because it does a really good job at just taking away that powderiness. Winky Lux sent over a ton of their new Skinny Plump Demi Matte lipsticks. So I do have the card and I have a bunch of shades in these. Skinny Plump Demi Matte Plumping Lipstick is supposed to be your lips but plumper. Weightless wearable lipstick that packs a lot of plump into a slim packaging, and there are a ton of shades. So we have a ton of different shades. I think we should try Stripped Down because Stripped Down looks like a really nice nude. Love the skinny packaging. Like, look at how skinny it is. She's a skinny queen, and I like that because sometimes if you have like, you know, especially like I have like a M-shaped lip, so sometimes it can be hard if the bullet is like huge to get in there and not like overline and look crazy. I'm not mad at this. I think this is a really pretty nude. So it's a demi matte, but I'm actually wearing lip gloss, which I feel like I would probably do because I don't really like matte lips. But I'm gonna wipe this off and try another shade. Let's try the shade First Crush. This is definitely vibrant. I definitely think it looks a little bit different. Do you guys think it looks like the packaging color? I think on the packaging it looks a little bit deeper than it actually looks on the lips, but this is the shade First Crush. Let's try the shade Room Service, which this looks like it's supposed to be a pink based off the packaging. I actually like this. For pink, this isn't like super dusty, because sometimes dusty roses can look ashy on me, but I think this one looks really good, and I think you guys are able to see the finish now in true form. It's matte, but it's not overly matte. It definitely is like a demi matte, like it's a little bit less drying. This is the shade Love Letter. So I think we're kind of getting into pinks that look kind of similar on my skin tone. This isn't bad either. Like, I could totally wear this with a lip liner, without a lip liner if I felt like. Honey Love, which looks like a nude. Now this one might need a lip liner. Definitely needs a liner. Give me a second. But Honey Love is definitely a nude, but still comfortable. I mean, you can kind of see my lips are getting dry because my lips don't really like mattes. And then last but not least, we have the shade Rom-Com. Okay, so this is definitely unique. I don't have any kind of shade like this in my collection. It's definitely like a warmer, kind of like tangerine-y tone. I don't know if I have a favorite, because that was kind of a lot. I think the first one I tried I really liked. I think I like Strip Down. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna put Strip Down back on, and I want to pair it with something. The crazy thing is, I low-key want to do a TikTok trend with these, but that means I'm gonna have to do that, but I just did all over again. So I went back in with Strip Down, which obviously is a nude, but I did that because I have a Bare Minerals gloss I want to put on top. This is in the shade Warm. It's the Mineralist Lip Gloss Balm. And I swatched this yesterday and I thought it was so pretty. And it's like a really nice, kind of like deep brown with gold reflect. And it's actually pretty pigmented from when I swatched it. So I think it would pair nicely with this because this is very nude. Okay guys, so that is it for today. We tested out a bunch of new things. I'm gonna try my best to give you guys my thoughts, even though I'm pretty sure you guys could tell my thoughts as we were trying them on, but let's get into it. My new Merit Stick in the shade Sand. I actually think it looks really good under the eyes. I mean, the Merit Sticks perform pretty well all over the face. As you guys can see, they're pretty multifaceted. You can do a lot with them. And Sand actually looks really good as a brightening shade on my skin tone. So if you are my skin tone, Sand for the brightening shade, Khaki all over the face, and then if you want like a contour bronzer, Sepia. Then we tried the Prime Time Hydrate and Glow Primer. Definitely lightweight, so if you're someone who wants something that is hydrating but doesn't feel super like slick and oily on the face, I think you would like this, especially if you do have oily skin. I don't think that this is something I'm gonna reach for until like spring, summer. I think this would be more up my alley for those seasons, but right now my skin is dry and I kind of need something that is more hydrating and a little bit more like, you know, like a little bit more moisturizing. Then the Gen Nude Highlighting Blush in the shade Mauve Glow. I really like this. Like, this gives me everything that I love, because I think why I prefer cream blushes is because you kind of have this really nice luminosity on the cheeks. But with this, it's a powder blush, but it gives you that luminosity. So I think if you're someone who like wants to have the cream blush look without it actually being a cream, I think you would love these. Mauve Glow, if you're thinking this is going to be too ashy or too cool tone, it actually looks really, really good on the cheeks and really good paired with my Kaja blush. I think these two did what they needed to do. This combo you might be seeing often. 10 out of 10. If you're going to buy anything from this, buy this. Skinny Plump from Winky Lux. All the shades I tried. Surprisingly, there isn't a shade that I hate, which for me is saying a lot. All the shades that I tested with you guys, I could see myself using. They're very comfortable. I mean, obviously, if you're someone who doesn't really prefer mattes, I would say still give this a go, because it is a matte, but it's not so matte. It's a demi matte, so it's a little bit more hydrating and looks a little bit more hydrating on the lips. And you can also pair these with glosses like I did today, but they have really nice shades and they look really good even if you are of medium tan complexion like myself. Then from Bare Minerals, we tried out the Warmth Gloss. Is that what it's called? I mean, I like this. I think if you're looking for like a really nice glossy, glittery but opaque gloss, I think you would like this. The glitters in here are like micro shimmers, so you cannot feel it. It's not gritty, and it just gives you really nice radiance all over the lips, and I will definitely be using this. I hope that's all that we tried today, but if you guys are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram and Lemonade for short form content. You can also follow my lifestyle channel because I post vlogs on there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I do post twice a week. For fall, my schedule is Sunday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That might change starting in December, but for now, that's what we've been sticking to. So if you're new here, definitely stick around, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.